Morning, all of you. So, as we know, in the last class, I already taught you what is this atomic mass and how to measure that atomic mass. So, as we already knows that if we take that atoms, basically they are extremely small in size, so that it is not possible to measure the mass in a normal methods. Is it yes or no, guys? You have to respond. Yes or no? So they are extremely small and they are even invisible to us. So it is difficult to measure the mass in a normal methods. That is why we are using a special thing. That is what we used to call it as a relative atomic mass. Means we are comparing the mass of an every element with some other standard one, like how we are measuring rice, how we are measuring the dal, or how we are measuring some other thing by keeping 1 kg stone or half kg stone and all. Do you remember that, everyone? So if we take, for example, beam balance, so one side we will keep half kg stone or 1 kg stone, and another side we will measure vegetables or rice or whatever it is. Is it right or wrong, everybody? Yes, please. So here we will keep a one standard one. So if we take, for example, 1 kg, so we'll be having 1 kg stone, iron stone. So now here we'll measure all the vegetables or whatever the item you want to measure, we will measure. So if it is equals to this stone weight, 1 kg stone weight, then we can say 1 kg rice, 1 kg dal or whatever it is. So like same way here, coming to the atoms, as it is, atoms are extremely small in size. We are going to use a technique called as a similar way how we are taking the 1 kg stone. Here also we are taking a one atom is the reference atom, and we are comparing the atom mass of other atoms with the help of that one. So what is that atom, reference atom? Anybody tell? What is the reference atom we are considering? All of you. Carbon. Don't know. Yesterday I taught you correct. Carbon 12 as the reference atom. So we are comparing every atom of an element, mass of an atom of an element, by comparing with the carbon 12 as our reference atom. Now, if we take the carbon 12, as I told you, how many protons and how many electrons will be there? How many neutrons in this? Carbon, please. Carbon, actually 6 protons will be there and 6 neutrons will be there. So totally it will be having total atomic mass. Total atomic mass of carbon 12, which is equals to how much, Amma? 12 AMU, or I will say 12U. What we used to say? 12 AMU or 12U. So now if you take here, as we all knows that one unit of mass or one atomic mass unit, we have been considered how much? One carbon atom or 1/12th of the carbon atom? Everyone?
1/12th of the
1
carbon
by 12th of the carbon atom means if I have taken the carbon atom and I have cut into how many parts? Sorry, I need to cut into 12 parts. Understanding? So in that, one part is considered as, if we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you can make some other 11 and 12. So 12 equal part if I'll cut, in that one part is considered as one atom, one unit, or we will say 1/12th the mass of C12 atom. So which is equals to how many atomic units? 1 unit. It is considered as 1 unit. That is what we will say 1 AMU, 1 atomic mass unit is equals to 1/12th of carbon. Is it yes or no? Please respond. 1/12th of carbon. So now with this only we are comparing the mass of every atom and we are measuring the atomic mass. As I taught you, what is the mass of this one? Anybody tell me? 1 U is equals to some grams also. Yesterday I told you. What is that mass? Anyone? Rene? 1 U is equals to some value also I taught you. Anybody? Actually, one atomic mass unit is equals to 1.6605 into 10 power 24 grams. Do you remember this? Yes. So now, same way if we'll take one carbon atom, one carbon 12 atom. So what is the total weight of this? Anybody tell me? Total mass of this one carbon atom mass, total mass. This is 1/12 of the mass. This is how much total mass? Actual mass. I taught you yesterday. So nobody of you remember? 1.992 into 10 power minus 23 grams. Is it yes or no? Akilan? Harish? Means if you have taken one complete carbon atom, one complete carbon 12 atom, the total mass is this much. Now, if I'll cut it into 12 equal parts and if I'll measure one part mass, then that mass is equals to this much. That is what 1.6605 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Why people are not responding? Not interested means leave from the class. No issues. I don't have any problem. So that is what you have to remember. Now, if we'll take hydrogen, sir, how sir hydrogen atomic mass is 1. So do you all know what is the hydrogen symbol? Everybody? Hydrogen H. Now, if we'll take one hydrogen atom, so now if we'll start comparing with the carbon 12, 1/12 of the carbon. Now you can see if I'll measure, for example, like a beam balance I'm considering. So now one side, one hydrogen atom I will keep. Now this side equals to how many carbon 12 parts? Anybody? How many carbon 12 parts? 1/12 of the carbon 12. Means one piece of carbon 12 is equals to one hydrogen atom. So what is the atomic mass of hydrogen? Anybody? Atomic mass of hydrogen. Yes, please. 1. So atomic mass of hydrogen atom is equals to 1. Suppose if you have taken, for example, if you have taken helium, understanding? So if you take helium, the atomic mass, basically the atomic mass of helium is equals to 4 units, 4U or 4 AMU, your choice. Now means in the sense of, if you measure in the beam balance, now tell me, which is equals to how many carbon 12 parts? All of you should tell me. Yes, so if I'll keep this side, yes, everybody. So which is equals to 2U, sorry, one helium atom. I'm keeping one helium atom here. So means in the sense of how many carbon 1/12 parts we have to add? All of you.
4 parts.
4 parts. So 4 parts of 1/12 of carbon. So then which is equals to helium atomic mass. So same way if we'll take, suppose nitrogen. So nitrogen, if I have taken nitrogen atomic mass is atomic mass unit, it will take 14U. So means in the sense of one nitrogen atom is equals to how many carbon atoms? How many one nitrogen atom mass is equals to mass of one nitrogen atom is equals to how many carbon 1/12 particles? All of you. It is equals to how much?
14 parts.
We have to add 14 parts.
14.
Mass of 14 parts of 1 by 12th of carbon. Mr. Johan, do you understand? Yes, Harini, that is
Yes,
what
sir.
we are today. So always atomic mass unit means, please keep it in mind, 1 unit is equals to 1 by 12th of the mass of whom? Carbon 12. So why we are taking? Because carbon 12 is the most standard one. So it's like a stable isotope. That is why we are taking as carbon 12 is our reference atom. Are you understand everybody? Please. So that is what you have to remember. So this is only we used to study it in yesterday's class. But before, what is the atoms they used to consider? Before carbon 12, they used to consider two more atoms as a reference. Who is that? Reference atom.
Hydrogen and oxygen.
Hydrogen and oxygen, but their stability is not much. That is why later days they have been considered carbon 12 is our reference for finding the atomic mass. So atomic mass means only atoms are present. That is, you have to remember it. Now, we are going to study next one. Now, if these atoms are combined together, then we used to get something. What is that called as? Atoms are combined together. We used to form something. What is that? All of you?
Molecules.
Molecules. So that is what we are going to study. Now, before going to study, please write the definition of this atomic mass. So exam, they may ask you one mark also. So by that time you have to write this. So write the number of times, this is what it is. The number of times an atom, Mr. Kaushik, are you understanding? Around the number of times an atom of that element is heavier. I'm not saying any other thing, only this statement alone I'm saying as a sentence. Heavier than
Yes, sir.
1/12 of the mass of an atom of C12, that's all, is known as atomic mass. Means just we are comparing with 1 by 12th of carbon 12 atom. So, and how many times it is heavier, which is equals to its atomic mass. Is it okay, guys? Yes, please. All of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is, it is. Now, if these atoms are combined together, we are going to get some new substances. What are the new substances we'll get? Atoms.
Molecule.
We are going to get the molecules. Now, we want to see. So, as we know, we are measuring the mass of an atom. It is atomic mass. Now, we are going to measure the mass of a molecule. So, that is why it is called as molecular mass. So, molecules means we will get two kinds of molecules. Can anybody tell me what is that molecules? We'll get molecules of an element. We'll get molecules of an compounds. Is it true or not, all of you? We'll get two kinds of molecules always. Molecules of an element and molecules of an compound.
Compound.
So that is you have to remember it. So both will come for us. Molecular mass means the mass of one molecule of any substance is defined as molecular mass. Okay, so please write the mass of most important amount. Your exam, PT exam also they will ask this. The mass of one molecule, the mass of one molecule of any substance is defined as molecular mass. Okay, everyone? Clear? Now, remember this molecular mass, we will say only for covalent compounds. Understand, Hari? Compounds, if I'll say, it is only for what? We will say covalent compounds, because for ionic compounds, we will use some other name, which I will teach you in the just after some other time, we will discuss that. Okay. But this molecular mass, we are saying for what? Either for molecules of an element or molecule of an what compounds? Everybody, molecules of an
Coal.
and compounds. That is what you have to remember. Are you clear? Either molecules of an element or molecules of an covalent compounds. Understand? Abhirami? Harizeras? Now, so this one, you remember, the molecular mass is also measured in U only. So molecular mass also measured in U. U means what, guys? Anybody tell me? U means what?
Unified mass.
Unified mass, or we will say atomic mass unit, AMU. But nowadays we are writing U, unified mass, or AMU we can write, whatever it is. So now this is only called as, which we are measuring in U, as we are measuring the molecular mass. So we will say it one is a relative molecular mass. So we will say RMM. Before one, relative atomic mass. Okay, RAM. Now this one, relative molecular mass. RMM. Is it okay, everybody? Yes, please. So this one is also compared with what? This one also will compare with what? 1/12 of part of
Carbon.
C12 water. That is you have to remember. Okay. For example, if you take, okay. So for example, if you take the molecular mass of methane, write it. The molecular mass of methane. So can anybody tell me what is the methane formula? We all know that. What is the methane? CH4. Okay. CH4 is 16U, or we will say 16 AMU, your choice. U means basically unified mass, or we will say atomic mass unit. That is you have to remember. Okay. Now, what do you mean by 16U? Means in the sense of it is how many times heavier than 1/12 of carbon? Everybody?
Oh.
Means how many times? It means one molecule of CH4, is how many times heavier? Harish, Kaushik, 16 times heavier than whom, guys?
Yes, sir.
16 times heavier than whom? Kaushik? 1/12 part of which atom, guys?
Carbon atom.
Carbon 12 atom. It is 16 times heavier. That is why its atomic mass is 16 units. Okay. Now, if we'll take example, like imagine like a beam balance. Now, if I'll keep one side, one molecule of CH4, this side, how many parts of C12 we have to keep? Everybody?
16 parts.
16 parts. 16 parts of 1/12 carbon 12 atom we have to keep. Is it okay, guys? Are you clear, everybody? Harizeras?
Yes.
Yeah, that is what it is. Okay. So now let us calculate the molecular mass of elements. Now, before going to teach that, So now I will teach you one formula also, that is you can remember for any kind of element. So keep heading calculation of the molecular mass. Calculation of the molecular mass. Please mute yourself. Calculation of the molecular mass. So this molecular mass only we can use for what, guys? Molecules of a covalent compounds. That is you have to remember. Okay. So let us take first example. Molecular mass of CO2. Molecular mass of CO2. CO2 means what, guys? CO2 means what? Carbon dioxide. So, how to find the molecular mass of carbon dioxide? So, let us observe here. Tell me how many carbon atoms are there, all of you? How many carbon atoms are there?
One carbon atom.
One carbon atom. Okay. One carbon atom. Same way. How many oxygen molecules are there? Sorry, how many oxygen atoms are there? Two
Two, sir.
oxygen atom. Two oxygen atom. Now, I will teach you one formula which will helpful for everything, for ionic compounds and molecular mass, whatever it is, covalent compounds and all. That is what. So please write molecular mass of any compound is equals to, or molecule is equals to, molecular mass is equals to, first thing, number of atoms of first element, number of atoms of first element, okay, number of atoms of first element into atomic mass of first element, atomic mass of first element, plus number of atoms of second element into atomic mass of second element, plus and so on. If third element is coming, what will come formula? Anybody can tell me? Third element is there means what will come? Number of atoms of third element into atomic mass of third element. That is what you have to remember. Okay. Now, apply the here. Molecular mass of CO2 I have given. So you can write molecular mass of CO2, which is equals to, tell me, number of atoms of first element. Who is the first element here? Notice the first element. Who is the first element? Carbon. Okay. How many are there? Arun, Gokul, how many are there carbons?
One.
One, sir.
Okay. 1 into, what is the atomic mass of carbon? Carbon atomic mass. We all know.
12.
How much? Carbon atomic mass is
12.
12 U. Next, plus number of atoms of second element. Check it. What is the number of atoms of second element, everyone?
2.
2 into, what is the oxygen atomic mass? Oxygen how many times heavier?
16, sir.
16 times it is heavier. So 16 U. So that is what you have to do it, which is equals to 1 into 12. How much, Harini? Are you writing, Harini? I want response. Are you writing?
Yes, sir.
1. How much, Amma? 12.
Sir, molecular mass is 44 U, sir.
And 2 into 16, 32 U. So if we'll add 12 and 32, which is equals to 44. So 44 U. is the atomic mass, sorry, molecular mass of carbon dioxide. Is it yes or no? Yes, please. So that is what,
Yes, sir.
remember, write it. Next,
Yes, sir.
molecular mass of ammonia. I will never give you any formula. Exam also they will give you like this only. Molecular mass of ammonia. Can you tell me the formula?
NH3, sir.
Yes.
NH3.
Molecular mass of ammonia. Ammonia means what? NH3. NH3. So ammonia it is. So please all of you tell me, you have to tell me the formula. Harini, only one day you responded, later is gone. Means you are not in the, you are again not listening. So now, molecular mass of ammonia. First, what is the first atom? Identify first atom, everybody.
Nitrogen. Sir.
First element. Nitrogen.
Nitrogen, sir.
How many is present? Number.
One.
One.
1 into. Apply the formula every time same. Number of atoms of first element 1. And what is atomic mass of nitrogen? Even today's class I taught you. What is atomic mass of nitrogen? How many times it is heavier?
14 times.
14 times it is heavier. Okay. So 14 U. Next plus. What is the second
17.
element is present here? What is the second element? Hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
How many are present? Number. Number is
3.
present how many? 3 into. As we know, what is atomic mass of hydrogen, Johan?
1.
Very good.
One.
So which is equals to 14 into U, 14U plus 3 into 1, 3U. So total is equals to how much, guys? 14 plus 3.
70.
17U. So a molecular mass of ammonia is 17U. Is it okay, everybody? Johan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Aswin, understand Aswin? Nimish? Next. Molecular mass of nitric acid. Anybody? Nitric acid. Yes, please. What is the formula of nitric acid? Molecular mass of nitric acid. Nitric acid formula is HNO3. Now tell me first how many atoms are there here? That is my first question. HNO3. How many?
Three atoms, sir.
Three elements are there. 3 elements are there totally. So this formula will come how many times? How many times? 3 times it will come. Okay. So that is what you have to remember. Mr. Johan and Harini, I know that you people are not studying, you can leave. No issues. So apply the formula 3 times and tell me what is that one by one. Mr. Kaushik, you have to tell me. Which is equals to first molecular mass of nitric acid. First, number of atoms of first element. What is the first element here? Everybody? Hydrogen 1 into. What is atomic mass of hydrogen? Everyone?
1.
1
1 use.
plus next. Harizeras, what is the second element? Nitrogen. Nitrogen, how many is present? 1. And what is atomic mass, ma'am? Abhirami? 14U.
14U.
Next. What is the third element is present here? Third element. Oxygen. How many? What is the count?
16.
3, sir.
3
Count
into
them.
16.
Number of elements. Number of atoms of an element. 3 into atomic mass is how much?
16U.
Understanding? So that is what? Formula you have to apply the same thing. Number of atoms of third element into atomic mass of third element. Understand? Divya, now you can apply. So you can do it 1 into U, 1U plus 14 into U, 14U plus 16 3 is how much? All of you.
48.
That's 8, sir.
So if we'll add this all,
59. Sir.
so we will get
63.
63, not 69, 63 units. So what is the molecular mass of nitric acid? Molecular mass of nitric acid is 63 units. So like this, we will calculate the RMM, relative molecular mass. So means 63U. What do you mean by that? Anybody tell me? How many times it is heavier than 1/12 of carbon 12? Anybody? This one.
63 times heavier.
So if I take one molecule of HNO3 is 63 times heavier than whom?
1/12 of carbon.
Heavier than 1/12 of the carbon 12 atom. Is it yes or no, everybody? That is the meaning of that. Anybody is having any doubt? You can ask. Are you clear, everyone? There is errors. That is now. This all the things I told you. This formula you have to use everything. Whatever it is, molecular mass means what compounds, guys? Either molecules of an element. Molecules of an element are molecules of which compound? Molecules of an covalent compounds. So we will use this one. Now, whenever I will say molecular mass, means it is indicating either molecules of an element or molecules of an covalent compounds. Now, if it comes to the ionic compounds, we should not use a word called as molecular mass. Do you understand, everybody? If I will say ionic compounds, remember all of you, we have to use a word called as, anybody knows already? We have to use a word called as formulae mass unit. Please remember, our formulae unit mass is the one which we will use to calculate the atomic mass or mass of ionic compounds. So here also the formula is same. Remember, ionic compounds means ions are present. What is ions are present? Anybody? What is ions are present? Cations is present, and another one is, what is another ions are present? Everyone?
Anions.
Ions are present. Remember, cations means what is the charge is present? Positive charge. Anions means what is the charge is present? Negative charge. Remember now, this charge does not have any mass because electrons are negligible mass. Does not have any mass. So, ionic part, ions and atom of an element is having same mass. Is it okay, Mitakshri? Ion and atom of any element is having the same mass. So is it charge is influencing the mass or not influencing the mass? Akilan, Gokul, is there any importance for charge while calculating the mass? Anyone?
No, sir.
No. So no important for calculating the mass of any kind of ionic compound because charge is not having any values. So that is, but what is the word we will use when we are getting the ionic compounds? What is the word we will use? We will use formulae unit mass. In exam also they will ask you, calculate the formulae unit mass. Means it is indicating that it is which compound, ionic compound or covalent compound. It is the ionic compound. That is what you have to remember. Now, example. So both are same. Understanding? Ionic compound is formulae unit mass. Covalent compound, molecular mass. That's all. Or relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass. Remember. So example. Calculate the formulae unit mass of, right. Calculate the, please again join back. Calculate the formulae unit mass of sodium chloride. Hariseras, what is the formula of sodium chloride? Yes, please. Anybody? What is the formula of sodium chloride? Na means Na plus and Cl minus. Is it right or wrong? Divya? Okay, learn. That is what it is. We will say either Na plus and Cl minus. This charge does not have any importance. Please remember. Again, the same formula will apply. Okay. So we'll say now here, meeting is going to end. Please join back so that we'll proceed. Okay. So mass of NaCl is equals to our formula unit mass of NaCl. Mass of NaCl is equals to, remember, again the same thing. Number of, again the same formula we can apply. Number of ions of an